recently celebrated World Poetry Day as part of UNESCO's observance. We have this morning our interview on Tobago about poetry, spoken word, and arts in the Sister Isle. Welcoming via Zoom is Askala George, educator, spoken word artist, creative, and so much more. Welcome, Askala.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. Good morning, everyone, from the beautiful Sister Isle of Tobago.
Thank you for being here. I'm excited for this conversation. So, World Poetry Day, we just concluded that. Tell us, how were you able to celebrate this, and what does poetry mean to you?
All right, so I'm hearing my daughter saying mommy, mommy in the back. So let me just um, be on live, right?
Yes, we
Someone,
are.
someone I'm on an interview. All right, so great.
Yes,
This is really nice.
this is
So,
this is it.
World Poetry Day in Tobago was celebrated at Bishop's High School with my spoken word group. We had the privilege of hosting assembly, and at the assembly, we were able to offer several different pieces to the students, highlighting different issues that we have not only in our school, but in the community, because
Nice.
poetry is just a form of expression and educating. So we really use that forum to highlight what is going on, and we did that with the students.
Nice. Now you are a spoken word artist, so you've seen you performing, competing as well too in the local slam poetry competitions that they have. What does poetry mean to you as an individual? How has it helped you?
Right. Well, as an individual, I think most poets start with expressing how they feel. So a personal view of how you feel and how you see the world. That's how poetry normally starts. And then as you mature as an individual and in the art form, you use it as a form of representing people, as a form of being the voice for the voiceless. So for me, it has been a journey of introspection, firstly, and then representation in the second leg. And I'm
Yes.
excited to see where we go next.
Nice. I'm excited as well too. Before we get into the upcoming event, we have come out of a pandemic, and we use that very cautiously because we're still seeing the results or experiencing challenges because of it. But as a
Yes.
creative, an all-around creative, how were you able to pivot in that period of time? As well as, what are some of the lessons or the skills that you would have been able to perfect during that period where we didn't have events, we didn't have these gatherings, live performances in person? How were you able to navigate that?
Well, to me, what the pandemic gave us was, well, what the pandemic gave me was time on my hand.
Okay.
And I am a type of person that when I have too much time on my hand, if I'm not occupied, I feel like there's no purpose, and that's not a good feeling. So I used that time to really explore my creativity. So I found myself really diving into the visual arts.
Okay.
I'm also a painter, so I found myself painting a lot to the point of being able to have an exhibition. And
Okay.
then I also found myself writing a lot. And writing a lot was based on observing a lot, because now that you have time, you get to see what people are going through. You're not as plugged into the 8 to 4 routine as you were before. You can now observe society. And with that observation, you get to really express what is going on from your point of view, or what is going on from persons who express their point of view. So for me, the pandemic allowed for that time for you to pause and really put pen to paper and record what was happening then and is happening now.
No. Yes. Now, Tobago. One of the things that I love and appreciate about the Sister Isle is the fact that literature, literacy, spoken word, poetry is alive in Tobago. There are always
Yes.
these events, there are always these opportunities, even within the library, to really celebrate written word. Tell us about poetry in Tobago, and then I guess segue into mood writers.
All right, so we have a lot of different groups in Tobago that are dedicated to poetry. Yes, we're going to talk about mood writers, but one of the other groups is the Tobago Writers Guild.
Yes.
The Tobago Writers Guild, they are a force. They have been spearheading written literacy in Tobago. They are dealing with the historic aspect of literacy. They are really in depth. It's an awesome group. We
Nice.
also have the library that is extremely active. They are always bringing in different feature speakers. They're always bringing in different programs to educate not only the older persons in society, the more mature people, but they also target the children, and that's the roots,
Yes.
So literacy, spoken word poetry is alive and well in Tobago. We
Nice.
also have spoken word taking place from the secondary school level. Different schools have their groups, and then we work with different organizations in the Sister Isle, the 2 Cent movement, and so on. And then finally, we have the group that I'm representing this
Yes.
morning, the Mood Writers Association, which is yet another group promoting literacy in Tobago, not only in the form of poetry or in the form of books, whether they are true novels or imaginary stuff, but also promoting spoken word. So literacy is alive and well in Tobago.
Nice. So 1 month from now, we have a show happening. Tell us about that show. Tell us about the name of the show. Why does the name of the show? And then tell us about what to expect at the show.
All right. So 1 month from now, and I didn't even realize it was 1 month from now.
Yes,
Oh my gosh, the clock is
it
ticking.
is.
1 month from now, we have the Tobago Jazz Festival
Yes.
that is taking place between the 20th, which is a Thursday, to the 23rd, which is a Friday. We have several events highlighting culture of Tobago in the form of music, vocal instruments, and so on. Luckily, this year, on the 21st, there was a free night.
Right.
So, Mood Writers decided that we are going to capitalize on this night and we are going to host a spoken word concert under the theme Aseta Old Talk. Now, the reason we chose that theme is because, yes, in society, locally, regionally, internationally, we have so much to talk about. So much to talk about. And we are going to deal with those issues, but we wanted to deal with it in a more relaxed way so that when you come to the event, yes, you will be educated, but you will also leave feeling a release. So we don't want to heavy down the scene
Right.
in
Right.
other words. We want to educate, but we want to make it light while being thought provoking.
Yes.
So the aspect of oral talk is going to be designed to really touch some buttons, but in a way that would leave you going, aha, rather than
Yes, yes. What is the message? Because, for Jazz Festival, we're going to see a lot of foreigners. We'll see persons visiting from
yeah.
Trinidad, from the Caribbean, and the world moreover. What is the message that mood writers would want to send to these foreigners who would be coming to the event? What is the message you want to send about Tobago?
Right. So we want foreigners, and not just foreigners, because in Tobago, most of our tourism is local tourism.
Right.
Big up Trinis. Trinis are always on our island. So yeah. So it's not just foreigners, it's even our brothers and sisters in Trinidad. We want them to come to Tobago and experience our culture, experience our food, experience our jargon, experience our way of life, experience how we love, experience how we talk,
Yes.
and just be enveloped into the culture. Kind of lose yourself for a while, wash away your stresses for a while, and basically reset, refocus, revamp so that you can go and conquer the rest of this year. Right? So when you come, you're definitely going to be exposed to local artists, whether those are singers, whether those are instrumentalists, whether those are poets. We are even going to have comedians there as well. And it's all going to be Tobago based. So you're going to have an intense baptism in Tobago culture.
Nice, nice. So tell us where persons can get tickets, where can they find mood writers online or find out more details about this upcoming event?
So tickets are available from community members. You visit the Mood Writers Facebook page and you would see the flyers with all the numbers there. You can call persons and then we will arrange for you to get the tickets. If you are local, we'll drop off the tickets. If you are not local, we can mail the tickets for you so that you can have it tangibly, or we can hold the tickets for you. And then when you do come, you can get it tangibly then.
Nice.
Right, so yeah, I'm seeing on the screen, so all the numbers are to the bottom. You call and we can arrange for you to get those tickets.
Right. Now, one thing before we wrap, I know that you all have a long list of performers, but you released a certain number. So tell us who are the persons, the names that have been released already, the cast for the upcoming events.
All right. So far, I'm going to try to remember. We have Zakia Gill, we have Cleon McPherson, we have Creed Black, we have myself, Askala George, we have Stacy Herbert, we have Azen, that's his stage name, but his name is Akim Walker. We have Kwa, the original, she is a singer, and we have a whole other list of people. You're all getting Tobago culture in the back with this fall, right?
Nice, we love it, we love it. Thank you so much, Askala. All the best to you, all the best to your team on this upcoming event. We'll definitely check in with you before the event happens. All right, take care.
Thank you.
We take a short, yes, you too. We take a short break. When we come back, we have lots more in store. Stay with us.